Is there a way to consistently get Academy Manufacturer? Green white deck? There's like Eladomri's Call, Enlightened Tutor, and that's kind of like it. Also, I guess I need another card anyways. You need like another card. Not just a 2-card combo. I'm sure there's a world where Berserk gets somebody. Can it fly? Is it... Yeah, you can. You can make Gilded Goose a bear that flies. I don't know if that's good enough to play it. Gives it something to do. I don't know. Put a trample counter on it. Okay. These have to be 1/1 counters. If this just said counter, I'd be so happy. Molt Tender? Death Touch? Maybe like a 3/3 Death Touch Trample Bear. Probably better cards than that. Shaper Sanctuary? Or spell ability opponent controls, draw. Light Matter. Safekeeper? Land stuff? With like 2/2 tokens? Just normal bears? Just bears? Like I want some kind of landfall thing. Sauron? What? Oh, this makes bears? Goreclaw? So you can play this and then like I am gonna play Snowlands. I guess I play that. Well, Bjorn turns creatures into bears, so kind of is its own tribal thing. That's an interesting one. This enchantment becomes a bear. other bears. What the heck is this thing? Oh. Hmm. Oh, you can make Paka Bear. Also make Questing Beast a bear. A little weird. Or a Boroid? Or a Baroid, you mean? It's a good bear. I think this is fine at 5. Feels weird to. I think I just need ramp spells. Yeah. This technically makes bears. Bear folk instead of tree folk. Paging bear loss. Eh. Buster sword? What? Not I'm not playing that. Roaming Throne? Is that... That doesn't trigger this, does it? That doesn't trigger my commander, right? Oh, I guess it does. Okay. Forceful Bear Evader. Lumbering Bear Wagon. Yeah, that works, actually. It actually works really well here. Oh, I gotta do the lands. I guess Disciple works. I don't know when I'm ever doing this. It's weird to sacrifice a giant creature and not, like, kill your opponent with it. Bear Tower. It's a literal cave. Bearthos. Shrine to Bears. Maybe I'm not playing Molt Tender, actually. Oh, 3 Bear City? That doesn't really do anything. Except maybe help my opponents. I don't think this does anything. I could play Rofellos. Bearfellos, rather. Probably should, actually. It's still like a, if I have it on turn 2, I win. If it doesn't die. Dark Depths? What? There's no way. Wait, what's the Mythicum? Oh, you're a Mythic. Oh, okay. And then this is the rare. I can probably just... Oh, I don't think I need Aftermath Analyst. Yeah. I probably do want Bearvine Regent. I think. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this. Alright. So we're back with... Wait, how did this happen? How did... Oh, I accidentally... It added a natural forest. I don't know why I did that. Alright. So Bjorn the Fierce, a 5 mana 6/6 trample. Other bears get +2/+2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a trample counter on another creature you control, and it becomes a bear. So it will get the +2/+2. And if you have 3 or more bears, you draw 2. So that's really nice. It's actually super nice. You just have to do that. There's some changelings that might be worth playing just to have them in play to simply draw, but they don't feel good unless they kind of trigger this twice, because they have to A, replace themselves, and like B, then start to accrue advantage in some way. And I don't think like a 1 mana 3/3 is that exciting. Well, it's not even really a 1 mana 3/3. It takes a second to become a 3/3, and it's a terrible play on turn 1 instead of like a Llanowar Elves. So I don't know about the weird changelings. Some of them are interesting, like the naturalized one, or the one that makes him univolt, or stuff like that. But you don't have to play changelings when this just gives you the bears, right? And until you get this in play, you don't need bears. So it makes the bears, and you need it to care about the bears. So I'm not super like sold on that. But with that being said, there are still a bunch of, well, there's more than 2 bears in the deck. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, if I'm going to add anything, it's probably the bear changelings. But yeah, for now, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to go over everything, but some of these are interesting, right? Like you immediately trigger this, or you make it a 3/3, and then Ouroboros is now a 4/6, just out the gate, which is nice. Or wait, no, it would be a 3/5. It would be a 3/5, or Lumbering Bear Wagon with where'd it go? Bjorn's Hospitality. It's kind of cool. You can turn these into a bear nursery. It's cool, sort of. I mean, it's one at a time, but that's all right. Bear Vein Regent. All right, I'm gonna stop. I already have a deck with that name. Okay. I guess I'm not stopping. What? Wait, what deck do I own that has bear in the name? What? Oh, sorry, Lumra, my bad. It's my bad. Can't do my quest. I already have a deck named Bear. I did not realize that. Literally throwing. Alright, there's a lot of crazy stuff in here. There's like a lot of crazy stuff. We'll see how safe this is. There's a lot of things that probably don't care about him either. We shall see. Chicago style? Oh, maybe I should call it that. Oh boy, not off to a good start. Hey, I mean, that's technically a bear, right? Right? Little bear on bear action here. Okay. I don't have a Molt Tender that does anything, and I don't think this does anything. What is this board? Is this play mat new? Because it's giving me anxiety. We fight in the water? What is this? What the heck is this? This is nuts. Oh, opponent. That was my bear. Well, Shaper Sanctuary would have been neat there, I guess. This thing? Hawk? With no lands, unfortunately. I don't have a fancy land to grab, right? No. If you catch fish, you get an emote? How do you catch fish? That's a legendary land, so what I can do is... Troll, there. Tap it. That happen. There. Keep the new one, and then play... Commander. And then play Shaper's Spaghetti. Make that a bear. Alright, Pock. You know what time it is. Fishing above the opponent's lands. Why does everything sound like it's underwater? Like the sound effects of the game. Let's play... this. What's the other thing they did? Nah, I don't care. I guess I'm just taking it. No way my opponent drew a land. No way. It's actually possible in a top deck battle. Look at that. 1, 2... well, I mean, I'm always doing this anyway. Oh, I forgot to exhaust my cavern. Totally forgot. Alright, let's make Tree Folk some bears. And I guess I start attacking next turn? I guess? Sounds good to me. I'm not going to swing with my commander. Oh, I guess I don't have the mana to swing with my commander. They don't have to block the... Oh, I guess it's fine. I don't know. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, okay, you're making a 1/1, sure. I got confused. Like, were you sacking it to the tower? Yeah, the game sounds like it's underwater. I don't know what's going on with that. Unless I made a mistake somewhere. Alright, I guess I'll just leave up the nursery sack. So I don't lose to, like, I don't even know what, actually. They can't play Sanctum of All. That's probably... It can't be a... I don't think they can play a shrine, so it has to be something else. The One Ring, actually? The One Ring's probably the right idea here. I don't know. Oh, they could have Ghostly Prison. If they have Sphere, Ghostly Prison would actually be kind of good here. Maybe they grab that. No, they don't. Okay. Suppose that's fine. Overwhelming Splendor. I don't think they're playing that, but yeah, I guess it would be good. Opponent does not play the card that they just grabbed, interestingly. Okay. They hit probably one of the best, if not the best, shrine in this exact moment. Because it might be their last turn, and that might just be the only option they have. Yep. Like I said, this is literally the best possible random hit. Okay, let's, I guess do this. There to there. Play a land. Pay 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put it here. I want that to have trample. And then let's, it costs 28. 24. 16. Why is it double? It's not double. It's not double. 16. I have, can I pay 16? I cannot. All right, let's take back that one then. Can I pay 12? 4? 8. I cannot. So let's pay 8? I guess. Alright, well. We'll see if the Spirit Oasis just won the game out of nowhere or not. So I can Worldly Tutor something on top, and then I can't play it pre-combat because I can't draw it. I don't think there's any possible card I could ever draw that does anything, so I guess the game's over. Cool. I literally lost to that Oasis being hit at that exact moment. Like, that was it. I couldn't swing with another creature, and then the game ended, so. Okay. I wonder what that free spell is. That might be Mox Amber. Oh, that's Mox Amber. They just straight up play it. Okay. It was Mox Opal. Silly me. So I can play land. Play this. Make that a bear. A counter on, I guess that. I'm just gonna keep putting on that. I don't think it really matters. My hand is pretty terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's really bad. But maybe it's still good enough. Hawk with a perfect fetch land. Okay. Alright. It apparently was too good. They have to block with Pock to stay alive, which I think is fine. My opponent isn't actually dead here, and my hand is abysmal. But if I did draw a land or a castable spell, then they can't really trade? No, they still can. This is a 7/7. Yeah, Pock is so stupid. Oh no, it's a 6/6. No, they can't trade. Alright. Pock is still dumb. Glad we have it. Alright, we did it. How many good draws were there? Alright, I'm not going to play Tyrant. Shouldn't have been in here. Mana Dorks are just fine. No, I don't want Primeval Titan. think there's too many expensive things in here. Sylvan Library, it's hard to say no to that. I guess for the sake of making the deck easier to cast, I guess I don't need as many 6-drops as I thought. We can play this one. Faceless Chompies. Realm Walker's kind of weird because they're not bears in the deck. Yeah, I don't think I like Realm Walker. The Mana Rock's a bear. I suppose that's true. It's always a bear, too. And it doesn't... Okay. Sure. I don't really have a lot of fetch lands or mill random stuff. I don't think that we'd have to play Lumra. It's still a giant bear that gets trample and +2/+2. But it doesn't have like 6 mana sources, let's say 4 lands, it's a 5. Yeah, maybe this just isn't a Lumra deck. I really don't think I have all the fetch lands for Lumra. Maybe I shouldn't even be playing a lot of fetch lands. But then I take out Moltender. I could just take out Moltender anyways. I think I have all the lands though. I mean, it's right to take this out, but I can't. I can't bring myself to take out Gigantic Big Bear. It's not going to happen. Oh, I could take out Bristly Bill. Okay. I don't think that wound up mattering. Or is winding up to matter. I did play against an orange named opponent a single time. I took a screenshot of it. It was the most obtuse game ever, and it lasted 40 minutes because they refused to concede. You can't control the cards you draw, but you can control how you react to them. I know someone in real life that would do well with that lesson. Would save everybody else a bunch of unnecessary stress. Holy minute cues, Batman. The card you're talking about is already in here. Something seems weird or wrong with my game. Is that losing? Does losing count? Being on the draw every single game, does that count? Surely that's weird. I can't find an opponent. We're too scary. We're too intimidating. It's been 2 minutes. Can't find anybody. Everybody's just in ranked, I guess. Or drinking on Friday. I don't know. Friday Night Magic. I don't normally play on Friday, actually. Oh my goodness. Nobody for 2 minutes. Wow. Once it gets over a minute, you gotta requeue. You're just gonna get thrown into the deep end. For my extensive testing by force. Unconsensual testing. Also, I apparently don't know how to fish. So I'll have to watch a video or something to fish on that board. How come I've never seen that board before? That's crazy. Oh, maybe, I mean, it's only 3 days old. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. That doesn't imply I want to see a Crash Bandicoot set, by the way. If anyone was wondering. I don't want that. Well, guess we beat the game. 3 minutes. Right on the minute right on the flat minute. 00 seconds. We did it. We found somebody in the wild. I probably can't keep this, can I? No. Probably not. I don't even think I like this. Actually, I think I'd take this out. I don't know why we want an Anthem in this deck. It's not even a bear, actually. I'd like make it a bear. And it says other on it. Yeah, I'm on the draw with no 1 or 2 play. This has a 2. It doesn't have a 1 though. I just don't think I'm getting away with that here. Get rid of a land, I guess? Okay, this is something. This is a bear. Can't say it isn't, because it is. I think this is the deck that always plays a ramp spell in turn 2. And probably even more so now, given the state of things. No, maybe not. Removal spell? Survive a removal spell here. Yeah, I also survived that. I don't know what you take. They're all equally valid. Maybe you just take the into the north? I don't know. I have no idea. Notably, not a ramp spell. I think a ramp spell would have been better for my opponent here. My opponent doesn't know what to do either. Sylvan Tutor could be anything, so it heavily restricts what I can do. Alright, they're like, nope. So let's do this, and then that. And then play this to get a 4-mana card. I could try to get a 4-mana card. I could just get Bloomvein Regent or a Boroid. I did draw a land. Alright, we'll put the card on top that kind of just wins if they leave it alone. And it might be better than my commander, so I could just name Plant. I probably should name Plant if they're going to do nothing. Plant, hello? There you are, buddy. Alright. Removal is literally not allowed in my game, so... Literally not allowed. Get in there, random 3/3. Did it. Yeah, suddenly everything sounds underwater randomly. I don't... Is that just normal? Is that what everyone hears? I don't normally wear my headphones when I'm playing the game. Oh my goodness, they don't have a solution? No way. No way. Land bear? Win game? Win? I win? Please? I did. No. It stacked backwards. Why did it do this? I think it actually has to, right? Beginning of combat. No, it doesn't. I just have to manually trigger it. It wasn't lethal anyways, but it would have been nice. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's a 2-shot regardless. I'm going to have to hit them again, so if I fail to do that, I lose anyways. I don't think hitting for another 4 damage is going to change anything. Wow. They just don't have it. Alright, I'm going to need the manual thing back on. They don't have it. We did it. I don't think there's anything in the game that saves them other than fog. So that's the difference, I think, between the Thoughtseize and the Rampant Growth. They play Kodos sooner. I mean, actually, you know, Kodos does only have 1 toughness, and I get trample everywhere. So maybe not good enough. I don't know. But I guess, yeah, if I did do 4 more, this would have just been lethal always as a rock, which would be useful. But, alright, well, we fixed the problem there. Sweet. Alright, back to 3 minutes. I haven't had Radagast discount a single creature yet. Once again, on the draw. I don't have a thing to do next turn, which is not good. Okay, I found something to do, which is pretty good. I could play my commander. I don't know if that matters. And should I, or just play this? I don't know. Well, my opponent is ignoring me better than I'm ignoring them. Cool. Let's play you. And then I can cast Fuel Tank next turn? Wait, is that how that... Yeah, that is how that works. Okay. I could also just lose. Because I didn't really do anything that matters to my opponent. Oh, look, a fanatic of my own. No way. So we play you. That. Play. Put this here? I don't know. And then play that randomly. You can berserk a creature and then it will die. Like if my opponent casts her commander, I can berserk it. Okay, this is... I'm not gonna even waste my time. This is over. My opponent did the same thing I did, except they have a way to win when they get to 6 mana. I do not. I'm gonna sit there for 20 minutes. For no reason. They literally had more mana than me and just something to do that wasn't play bears. They literally did what I wanted to do, just better. I'm on the draw again, but I do have a 3-mana card and a 1-mana card. I also have a Boseiju. That could matter. Looks like there's a red source. Yep. So I guess there's no minerals for us. And my opponent was on the play, so they get to play their commander. Or even better, mana. Well, I would have played that turn 1, and probably would be in a fine spot if that was my turn 1 play, but it wasn't, so... I probably have to play Boseiju as a land here? Defense might not even matter, though, honestly. Might not even matter anyways. Exile wait. Oh, okay. I got confused. What if I just Boseiju that? But they get a land if I Boseiju it, so, like, does the discount even... They have 2 cards left? Like, why really deal with this? They just... Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that. I can blow up their commander. I don't know. I don't think defense is going to do anything, so I'll just play this and do that and pass. There's a really high chance I just play Boseiju. I don't know. It's hard to... It's hard. Magic's hard. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to blow that up. That's for sure. Opponent does not want to swing at me. That would have been really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to blow that up. Which does mean I have not much going on. But I don't have a choice. I could blow up the 10 rings too, but like... it's just so screwed. I don't know. I'm just not beating anything. All right. Probably couldn't afford to get rid of my land. And I can't afford to leave them in with stuff I can't beat. So I was dead in 2 different fronts. What is going on in the background there? What the heck? That's a weird background, okay. I'm on the draw again. Okay. With a 1 and 3. Same scenario as the past 2 games. I should probably do this. It's not like they... taking 2 doesn't matter. Is this good enough? Man, if we had Ancient Tomb, I'd be so happy. My opponent shocked themselves and just did nothing. Let's play... Well, I mean, I'm always playing this. Does this deck run counter spells? That technically counts. What does Hallowed Fountain mean? Oh, sure. I'm actually kind of surprised at that. Let's play Commander? No, we should just play the card that's just objectively better than our Commander. Actually, we can play both with the crop rotation? We can play both with crop rotation. Alright, I mean... What else is crop rotation doing, really? So let's grab... Cavernous Souls? No, we're gonna grab a fetch land. I value the mana over the... Whatchamacallit. Alright, Bjorn. Time to get crazy and turn Provisioner into a bear. Bear Provisioner. No. No. I guess I can swing with it still, but it's kind of tragic. What the heck is that? Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Okay. Which I think means the Great Henge is tapped, sure. I can make a food token, right? I don't need more mana. And swing with that. And my Tireless Provision? No, that's dumb. I think this is favoring me because I have to swing twice before they start having to block it. And not swinging doesn't really get me anywhere. I don't know why they didn't swing with Gwen Stacy this time, but they did last time. That's very strange. Yep, just gonna go straight into combat. What the heck does that do? Okay. So we trade with the Spider-Man, and then I can recast my commander. Guess I have to. I don't know what else to do here. Take action. They cling to dust my flare? Okay. That's an interesting card to play. Treasure. Oh, I don't have mana? Oh no! It ended up backfiring. Getting a food token actually mattered. Look at that. Well, last time I do that, I guess. It actually mattered. Advancing the Spirit. Okay. Alright. Well, that was very good. So I think I'm just always dead. They have another card? Come on, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, come on. Goodness gracious. Come on. Alright, well. I don't think I was ever in that game. I lost to a bunch of random 2-1s. If they didn't flip the She-Hulk thing, maybe we can still play the game. They had to undo their own Tidebinder. I can't... I don't have trample or anything. Ugh. I don't even know. Solitude probably will... We're probably just losing without Solitude, honestly, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. If we were a turn faster... I think we were fine. I wouldn't call that Rainbow good stuff. I wouldn't call that Rainbow good. That was like actually Nick Fury. That's the first time I've ever seen someone play it where the text box matters. I like my opponent's deck. It's the first time I've ever seen anyone actually use the commander and have a deck that cares about it. But what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Yeah, if I was on the play there, we would have had a very, very fast opener, and they would have to react to me instead of just like doing what they want to do while I'm trying to do something. I have the same opener as last game, but this time I am on the play, so pretty good. We'll see if it matters. Anita is interested in roughly doing the same exact thing. Yep. If ever there was a commander that doesn't care about what I just did, it's probably Anita. Look at that. Oh look, even more mana. Well, back to a blue-green deck, totally ignoring me and outracing me, mana-wise. Even with my pseudo-best possible opener. Okay. Oh, cool. Well. Nothing we did mattered. Look at that. Sure, there's some goofy giant X spell payoff. Post a bunch of ramp spells. I'm gonna add Minidorks, I think. It's not gonna really do anything, but it's better than the non-games I've exclusively... I'm exclusively gonna have with this commander, so... I don't want Beast Whisper effects. My commander draws cards. I really think Minotaurs are just better than anything else. This doesn't put counters on, so it's like 4/4 and then 5/5 and makes a Scion token, which could then also be another bear. This can animate lands that can become bears. Herd Bearloom. No, that doesn't really matter. I think it needs to be a creature. I'm gonna take out the landfall cards, which would be Provisioner and Pock and Sapling Nursery. And then not... Oh, Molt Tender. Yeah, Molt Tender. None of these. Defensive Heart doesn't even have a win. I mean, it kind of does a Crater Hoof. Not really. There's a lot of one-ofs, you know. I technically modify stuff. Alright. It's not like I can make the deck worse, so... Let's try that. Oh, instant opponent. Look at that. Instant opponent. No way. Look at that. Oh boy. Alright. I think I'm going to lead on Bird regardless, because I don't really want to play Overlord on turn 2. I much prefer it to just be a creature, although maybe not. I'm going to play Bird. I have a 2-drop if things go wrong, so this is fine to me. Also, this is the kind of deck that wants to do the same thing. It's just another blue-green deck, so... Yeah, I don't know if I want to play Overlord. I kind of don't. No, I can't bring myself to do it. Alright, let's play that, and we'll do this. We can find a 5 or a 4. Or a Baroid again? Yeah, why not? It's one of those you gotta do something about it kind of cards, so... And I will play it immediately. Let's name Bear. Yeah, they have to do something about this or I will win the game. So... They have to do something about it. They can't just ignore the board and try to steal spells of their commander and all that jazz, so... If they do something about my board, might be screwed completely. Okay, that is not doing something about my whole board. Ideal. Let's play that, so I can play this and swing with the bird. Oh, I draw 2. Hey, I drew 2. I did it. I actually did it. Look at that. Birds of Paradise. Bears of Paradise. Skipped right over the Overlord, too. They can't just play their commander. This is Damnation. Toxic Deluge. Yep. Surprise, surprise. Oh, into probably the best possible card. That's nice. No, should definitely just play this. I think that's a good sign. They have to block with their commander? It looks like. Are these cards stolen from my deck? Oh, they are. Okay. They grabbed the World Wagon. Does that change anything? That kind of does. Yeah, because then they don't have to block with their commander. Alright, well, ideally they don't just continue to steal, like, really, really good cards. Which, I mean, most of my cards are just ramp spells, so... Wait, my opponent's just playing that, okay. Well, I guess it is an elf thing. Suppose that's fine. Does that do anything? Of course not. Let's play this. And then Sylvan Library. And then pass, because I can't play the game anymore. Oh, Toxic Deluge. Two L's off the top of the deck. Oh, make that 3 L's off the top of the deck. Oh, that's not an elf. Oh, there's another elf. Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. They can't cast another spell. You got it. Didn't matter anyways. Well, Toxic Deluge. I lose. Toxic Deluge and a elf deck. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, it's another commander that does the same thing I do, except it has a way to win. And I don't. How do I fish? Someone has to show me. Play land. Gala Greeters, 4 mana left. Wait. That's 2 less. So I can play this and then play one of these on my opponent's turn, which is kind of weird, but I guess that's fine. Oh, cool. Or I just lose on the spot, turn 4. Nice. Oh no, turn 3. Cool. Must be nice. This doesn't kill it. Right? It's 1 off. There's nothing I can do to kill it. Cool. That was triple red source on turn 3 as well, which is not ordinarily common. Still think you should really just play Giant Eldrazi. I don't understand all the other goofy creatures. I think your deck is just better with less dumb cards in it. I suppose it doesn't matter if you always draw Ironcrag Feet. You can sort of do whatever you'd like at that point. Which one is this? Is this the new one or the old one? This is the new one. Yeah. I don't really see the old one anymore. Sad. We play World Wagon in this spot? No, I think we play another just must answer problem. It's probably better. If I had to guess. Like, you have to deal Roll Fellows. Of course we can. Let's play this. I'm not going to blow up the Arcane Signet. Maybe I play this now. Land. Yeah, maybe I play this and, like, sack the Delighted Halfling. To, like, turn it into lands. Which I would kind of prefer in this exact spot. This gives me the Lumbering World Wagon and Bjorn without getting hosed by a removal spell. Well, I mean, I still can get hosed by a removal spell. But, you know what I mean. Mind Stone, Cold Steel Heart. Alright, unless they have Mana Tithe, I think we just win the game. Oh wait, I can play around Mana Tithe. Okay, I think we just win. We'll see. We just totally blasted them back to the Stone Age. Oh, and I draw 2 here. And I draw 2. Okay, look at that. Land board wipe, the only reason they haven't conceded? No. Apparently not. My opponent's playing Godo? No way. I haven't seen a Godo player ever. Crazy. We can't give anything haste, but this just has haste. Alright, get wrecked. Giant dumb bear. Get totally trampled. Just how I drew it up. Look at that. I mean, this was very good here, but even without it, given what I saw in my opponent's hand, like these 4 cards still being in play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they still can't Godo kill me, and they would still have to deal with this. So blowing everything up was nice, but it didn't actually stop anything from... Like, they could have still cast a board wipe, right? Like Wrath, and I would have died, but look at that. We did it. This also hasn't done anything. Maybe it's just better as a Minotaur. We probably are better off totally ignoring everything like a Delny player. And I should just take that card out. I was questioning it to begin with, so... Bears beat elephants? In this case, I suppose they do. Now, let's take out that. What else doesn't matter? Well, don't answer that. I don't want to know. Safekeeper might be useless too. Although, to be fair, it is a bear. I really do not like the Rampant Growth Prepare creature. Not a fan. Are there any other good Minidorks I'm not running? I don't think I have enough enchantments for that one. I have a few enchantments in here, apparently. So Sanctum Weaver could be good. It doesn't exactly need to have stats on it. Circle of Dreams? Circle of Bears? I mean, it costs 3. Eh, whatever. It's good with Nykthos. When you cast a spell and when it dies, you can use these for more bears. When this dies, you get mana, right? And if it doesn't die, it's just a 4/4. Why not? It could be kind of interesting. I'm okay with taking out lands. Half of our mana... Like, we have so many Minidorks, we could probably go down another 5 lands. We have so many Minidorks. They act as lands. And if I lose my board, the game's over anyways. I think we've established that. Probably an hour ago. Also, my microphone continues to reset itself, and I really have no idea what to do about that. So, it's just another thing I have to, like, pay attention to before I start streaming or recording. 3-Mana Sage? What? Oh, the Black Lotus thing. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, that's not a nightmare mashup. Look at that. It was over a minute and wasn't like immediately lights out. Another game I kind of want to lead on a Menadork instead of Utopia Troll because I'm not racing to anything, and it is a creature. Like I can still do what I want. This, do that, do this, play that one. Sylvan Caryatid. Opponent, that's not fair. Alright. Giant Dumb Bear. Let's put it on the... that. Swing. Wait a minute. Oh, it only gets oil counters if something went to the graveyard. Oh, okay. I got confused for a second there. So we can put a counter there. And then what? Draw 2, see what happens. Wow, they want to trade? Okay, I was about to say, that's crazy. Okay. Play more goofy random stuff that might matter. And let's tap this now. Alright, again, we ignore stuff, we just play creatures. Like, we're soft to sweepers all day for the rest of our lives. Okay, sure. We can play this, and then this naming bear. We can animate a land? And make said land a bear? The dream is real. Let's swing with literally everything except that. Opponent just took the whole medicine cabinet. Okay, let's play that. And I don't see a reason not to just run this out. I don't really see a reason. I don't know why they didn't block. I don't know. What's so important with the 1/1 that we don't want to just like block a 2/5 or something? Okay, nothing. This is one of those commanders that is super all in on like ETBs, so it probably doesn't have board wipes. Maybe it does, because like after an ETB happens, you care a lot less about the creature. But Yarok in play and then playing ETBs just makes board wipes a little bit weird. And as we saw here, they just didn't have one. But if they did, just like every other game, we would probably just lose instantly. Also, I believe this is always a bear? Yeah, that might not be true. Hold on. It says it becomes a bear in addition to its other types. But I don't see it on the card. It has a trample counter, but that's it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not a bear. Not quite sure. It says I only control 2. It becomes a bear in addition to its other types. It doesn't say till end of turn. Well, I mean, obviously, because the other ones stay bears, so that's how that works. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, if I animate this again, does it say bear on it? If I animate it again? Because it doesn't have... This says I have 2 out of 3 bears to draw. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a bear. Maybe it should be a bear? There's other cards that work the same way, and they keep the creature type. I know Mutavault isn't like a creature type until it becomes a creature, but that's not the same scenario there. Don't know. Yeah, Berserk actually did something. That's, I think, the first time I've ever had it do something ever since it came out in Arena. I think that's the very first time. This is the you untap with it and win the game one, I think. Yeah, you untap it and win the game. That's what that is. Oh, I could take these out now because I took out lands. I forgot. I can turn Burgeoning and Exploration into more Manadarks. That's not a land. Yeah, I mean, I still play it. I have Bushwhack. Okay. What does that do? Okay. I did not draw a land. Let's get one into hand here. And then play, I guess, this thing. Sure. I wonder if that was a good idea. Maybe not. You should play a land first and... Oh, you can't. You can't. It's safe to assume I wouldn't care about the treasure token, in all fairness. They should probably attack me. And I am soft to quite a few things, and there's really nothing to do about that. This does have Ward 2. Maybe this is fine. It's got Ward 2, so if they don't have a counter spell, which I don't know if this deck plays any, it could just sit there and be annoying. It is an artifact, but that doesn't matter. Could just be like the swing with Azusa, give it haste thing right now. Or not. If memory serves me, this is a combat... a Grixis control deck. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. So I can play this, and then I can cry myself to sleep, as it maybe doesn't do much. And then I do the thing. No, removal spell. Honestly, the thing here isn't even that exciting. My opponent does not care about the thing. But it looks like we can't do it anyways. They discarded random thing. There's nothing I can do about that. It's dead. Now what? Nothing? Nothing it is. I'm gonna concede to that. Like I said, you attack with that, you win the game. That's all you do. Nothing else in that deck matters. It has a couple odd cards in it, but again, it doesn't matter how you get to that point. All you have to do is get to the point, and then you win. Oh, I forgot to take these out. Shoot. I mean, at the very least, they could just be lands themselves or something. I'm going to turn this into a land, because it's just early enough in the game for that to matter. Play this and this. Look at that. Dumped our hand on turn 2. What could be better? I have to read this. Let's play this as a bear. Play that. Counters here, I guess. Swing! Alright, well, this has to specifically be Wrath of the whatever. Doomskar. Of course it is. Nothing else matters. Or perfect answers. Oh, I could have paid for that. I could have actually paid for that. I forgot I had exploration in play. I'm an idiot. I guess I need to play this and hit my opponent in the face and ignore everything. Sounds good to me. Nothing else matters. Cool. Double board wipe. Talent. The only 3-mana sweeper in your entire deck, because I can even beat Split Up. Doomskar is the only card they could ever play there that saves them. I can't think of another 3-mana sweeper that does it. So, oh no, they're black, right? So they could play Toxic Deluge, which would have killed them if I swung with the 10-7 there, the gigantic big bear. But of course not. It's only the good one. Point being, probably the best card they could possibly have. Oh, right, I want to take out Exploration and stuff. I mean, that was a spot where Exploration looked good, but mostly just like Sylvan Library, kind of. I could play... I really think the necklace should just be a creature. Yeah, Bantu's Last Reckoning, but they're not going to play Bantu's Last Reckoning. I have never seen a person other than myself play it. Oh. Perfect Doomskar. Only card you could ever have. Playing Heroic Intervention is not a solution. Well, at the rate my opponents are finding exactly what they need every time, I suppose it is a solution, implying I would get the same treatment. I don't think Masked Vandal's the right thing. Any mana dork, really, is fine. Like, this is just maybe okay. What about this? This draws, right? If you control another creature of power 4, put a counter on this. Okay, no, that's not quite what I thought it was. I don't want Garruk's thing. Priest of Titania has probably a decent chance of tapping for 2. It counts your opponent's elves as well. And at the very least, it's just a mana dork. I don't know about Springheart. No, nothing landfall. This can go either way. That might be interesting. fine. Goes either way. Death Touch with Trample does mean a lot of it gets through, but I don't think that's ever mattered. I don't picture it mattering in the future. Archdruid's Charm, I think, was in here for a second. Kadama is kind of neat. It's like the World Weave. I could see myself playing Kadama. Return this card from your graveyard for each basic land type. Yeah. Oh, I'm not playing a recovery game here. It's just not really a thing. Blanchwood could be like a. Again, we're not. If it cares about lands, we just don't want to focus on that. What does this do? Are there things to cheat? Maybe. This might be that kind of deck. Alright, no more exploration or burgeoning. I don't care about unblockable. That I have trample. If I'm in a spot where I have to be unblockable to win a game, I lost that game. I don't think giving some stuff unblockable is going to turn the tides of battle in the vast majority of games where I have a board state. I think there's probably one game where that might have been a thing against the fairy elf steal my cards thing. Might have been actually, I wouldn't have saved me because I still didn't have lethal, but it would have been able to swing, or I'd be able to get in. It's the same logic with like sweeper protection, kind of. Well, not actually the exact same, but it doesn't stop Toxic Deluge, to be specific. But if they have Doomscar perfectly, and it lines up with my sweeper protector, I guess I win. But it's kind of, maybe it's sort of the same. I don't know. Caring about other avenues is not. It doesn't feel like a real thing here. Is this a real hand? It does have a gemstone in it. What does that mean I get rid of? Probably this. I think I would like that, but I'm gonna just try to not have it in this game and do something else. Let's play this one. We have another. Well, actually, we have plenty to do as things potentially get killed here. Let's play this, because they clearly have a removal spell. I could get Sylvan Safekeeper. That seems maybe a little crazy, though. Maybe it isn't that crazy. Maybe Sylvan Safekeeper is just good here. What else would I get that has any merit? This can find another bear, and then I have, like, churning. The deck can just, like, churn through stuff. Because playing my commander in the face of a hand that is clearly nothing but removal seems really stupid. Oh, I got an elf? Okay, I have to count the bears in this deck. I didn't think that was going to happen. I have to count my bears. I thought I had more bears, although I'm not going to lie, I'm not surprised that I don't. We can play our commander twice. So, yeah. And I also have Sylvan Tutor here to do something. I'll Sylvan Tutor a Crater Hoof? No, that's dumb. Giant 10-7 that they can't do anything about? No, that's also stupid. I don't actually like really any of my options. We have Bushwhack if the Manadork dies. We have Bushwhack. Where's the Manadork dies? Why wouldn't it? You have a discard spell? I highly doubt there's a discard spell. Fight? Oh, I thought that was fight something something blah. I'm like, what the heck? Let's play this, because this seems like it's better in this spot. And it doesn't let them deal with this, so the board wipe or something like that. Oh, hey, look, my opponent's just dead. All right, well, if everything, like, that's kind of crazy. I know they got a little bit mana screwed there, but their hand is literally nothing but removal. I don't think this deck plays anything but removal. I don't even think it plays board wipes, because it plays nothing but removal. And we just found a way to get enough nonsense, especially when something like this becomes a problem. That means I've just 2-for-1ing removal that is trying to just do a 1-for-1, and I just replace it. But I'm a bit awestruck that I got an elf and not a bear. Not a good sign. I really want that to grab bears. It isn't really the biggest deal, though. It itself is a bear, so it's not like like it's a bear, and then my commander's a bear, and the creature I grab can be a bear, so it doesn't actually matter that much, right? All you need is another creature. Okay, there's so many druids. I could make the bears more than elves, but the druid is a huge one. All right, well, I'm not gonna accommodate that. I think some of the bears are druids, and there's just overlap with elves. I'm not gonna. There's nothing I can realistically do about that. Wow, I got Katara as a matchup, and I got it under 5 seconds. That's crazy. And it's on the draw. Oh, nice. Or I'm on the draw, man. That was weird. I bet that happened because my opponent was in queue for like 4 minutes. And it's like, ah, here you go. That explains why the queue time was instant. Because my opponent had just been waiting for an opponent for like 3 minutes. And they're like, oh, here's somebody. There you go, you can fight that. There you go. You think we could beat Katara if it skipped 2 turns? If I was on the play and it couldn't play an island for 2 turns, could I beat it? Serious question. I wonder. Can I beat Katara if it doesn't have anything to do for 2 turns? Okay, I was not in any universe expecting the mirror. Of course, I'm on the draw in the mirror. Is this good? I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. I would rather it not end on a Crater Hoof, but it's hard to mulligan this. Goreclaw looking kind of weird here, actually. I don't know if this is right anymore. Opponent just has a barrel as a pet. Okay. On the play with the best possible thing. Do we have a 3-drop to just ignore everything? Oh, not quite. That is an interesting one. Opponent's doing stuff very different. And I'm not going to lie, it probably makes sense. I don't think I've ever actually heard the Badger Mole Cub animation sound, because I never have my headphones on. Oh, typical. I could play this one. I could just play this. I did forget about it. Alright, so Flare or Troll? I think I play Troll and sack it to Flare. Because when it dies, you get the thing. And I definitely want mana instead of 4/4. Looks like there's some kind of protection spell at 1 mana my opponent has in their hand. Or Worldly Tutor, but I think it's a protection spell. Oh, it's that card I've never been able to cast. Nice. So let's play Commander and Delighted Halfling, I guess. This is in my deck, I've just never seen it. Lightning Greaves, okay. Or... Alright, we did it. My opponent's playing Library. This does not at all seem like the kind of commander that would ever function with Library, right? When the vast majority of your opening strategy involves a 1 or 2 mana creature, especially 1-drops, this just immediately stops working, right? You're never going to play this on turn 1 instead of Elvish Mystic Land. In fact, they might have just had both options on their opener and chose the vastly superior one. So I don't think Mono Green ever wants to play Library. Although, with that being said, you could still say it's like pseudo-free and just throw it in there. In the 1 out of 1,000 games you play, it might do something. Especially if your opponent gives you card draw in some weird way. Like they try to wheel and you Cosmic Hunger Narset in response, and then like you have 7 again or something. But you're just never finding a spot to ever use this. And, yeah, they seemed interested with lands. This is what I started to think about, where I sort of started with the commanders. Oh, I'll just play lands, do some landfall stuff, but you kind of need consistent land drops, and I don't know if this is the kind of deck that wants consistent ramp land drops. Like, I think Mana Dorks are just the way to go. But even if they had a land and played their commander, I think our hand is putting us in a slightly advantageous position. But who knows? Who knows? I won a mirror on the draw against a 1-drop. All stakes against us. We were on the draw against a turn 1 Llanowar Elves, and we still won. You shall take that. I think someone said it day 1 about the set, that there's not like a lot of exciting things to play as a commander, and I'm starting to agree with them, having looked through the commanders the past couple days. I don't know, there's not a lot of commanders I can see myself having a great deal of success with. Which is fine, I still like the set. I prefer it over all the Fortnite stuff. This is tapped, so boom, 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 boom. I have no idea what this does. As a commander, I mean. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, if it targets stuff, create a token. So you could copy your stuff, and then... Yeah, but what are we copying in mono blue? We'll see. I haven't activated this yet, either. When a spell or ability controls... Alright. Do I expect a counter spell? Kind of, but oddly enough, not necessarily. It doesn't change anything. It's not like I'm not going to cast this. Okay. Yeah, I kind of expect, like, bounce spells and stuff. Or that. Can still make it a bear. A bear skeleton. Okay. Let's play that. Let's do this on bear. Let's land, and then Sylvan Tutor something? That's a bear? Or a boar? No, it really wants to be a bear because of Sylvan... the cavern. Alright. I haven't actually had Goreclaw do anything yet, so... Heist does not shuffle. And honestly, even if it did, there's nothing I could do to stop it, so... So they want to copy my creatures with a card like this? I don't know. I mean, they could steal Goreclaw. I won't know until next turn. Nope. I don't really care about the Thieving Aven currently. I can play my commander. I can play this. Let's just play the commander. It's uncounterable. It gets bounced, such as life. I guess I put it here. And then I do that. Alright, this is not a comfortable position for a blue deck to be. Sure. Mystic Remora? Opponent. Maybe not the kind of game I'm trying to play here. Do I avoid equipment decks? I wouldn't say I avoid them, no. I think Cloud is fine. Cloud just finding, like, the good equipment. Fine. Goreclaw. Swing with everything? Except that. I gotta read this. Whenever you cast an sorcery, if it targets one or more permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of it. When a spell about it controls cause you to discard. My opponent is literally playing the good half of my deck. That seems a little odd. You just reset the stats on your Thieving Aven. I don't know if I agree with that. But I don't really know my opponent's deck too well. We're gonna do it again? Okay. I'm gonna do it again. Alright, so let's play this, I think, into this. Into Blizzard Brawl. Kill my opponent's commander? Guess it's always Gore Crawl. Yeah. And then just swing all out. They want to swing with these 1/4s, which means they might not be attacking me. And if they do attack me, that doesn't really necessarily mean they steal anything that stops me from killing them. So I don't think the 3 1/4 flyers are anything but a bunch of toughness to stay alive at this point. Yeah, I think Cloud is just the only really way to... the Keeley deck doesn't find equipment. You just have to like go back to playing Light Paws or SRAM if you want to go that route. But Cloud is the only way to get the equipment that lets you win a game. You can't really do that with Kiri. You have to like randomly have it in your hand and then randomly have it be good enough. Cloud just specifically finds the solution to your problems. Let's lead on the lesser of the two, I think. Okay, that was a good draw. Also, I have Cavern. I could have just played this first. Okay, well that's good for next turn. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's good for next turn. Let's swing with literally everything. Well, maybe not. Don't you bounce my captain. Okay. Sure. They kill that. Let's see, I swing all out. They block that. They take... I guess I don't... No, I don't care if the Kami dies. It's irrelevant. I might as well get a damage in? Feels irrelevant. They have to, like, block probably more than just a 1/1, so I think I should just swing with it. Yeah, okay, it was right to swing with it. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so I can play Bushwhack on nothing, so I won't. I don't think I care about 1/4s. That stuns the 3/2? Okay. Well, you can't keep making 1/4s, you gotta do something else. Ooh, they're swinging with one of them. Okay. That implies we might use our mana? I'd like to see that. So this fights that. I just need them to do anything. Kind of the idea here. Alright, that should do it. I don't think there's anything that my opponent could ever do to stop this. You can't play Subtlety, so... Oh. Okay. All right. And then I can just swing. Because I don't know why I wouldn't. Is it still lethal? Oh, it's still lethal. Okay, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Sweet. That was cool, though. Oh, it's not lethal. Opponent. Opponent, you're a better person than me. Alright, I like it. Is there any bushwhack? There is, kind of. Let's kill the Paradise Druid. I think this actually might matter. I don't want them to have it. I could have done that pre-combat and killed them, but... No, wait, it was... No, I guess it wasn't too late. Yeah, no, I potatoed that. Alright. I could have bushwhacked pre-combat. I tried to get in there. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. I was ahead of myself. I like it. Now I'm excited. This can't find anything that helps them, I don't think, because they can't generate another color to stop this. So I think this is probably game. They obviously can't find anything in my deck that helps them, so... I tried to sauce them with the early GGs. But again, there's nothing they can find that matters. Just doesn't help. Half the mana they had this game was just my cards. Okay, well, this is a weird commander. Well, as per usual, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. If you're mono blue and your opponent is on the board and you can't really, you don't have removal, so you can bounce everything. It's not like a long-term solution, but they could sort of start to bounce stuff. There's also not much they can steal from me. It's all kind of just random goofy stuff and mana dorks, which they stole every single time because there's nothing else to really steal. But it's not going to be enough, right? They're playing like half of a ramp thing in a deck that wants to do whatever this is doing. And yeah, so if they had like a unsummon thing to clone over and over, we could have like a different situation happening. But that's not really the case here. I wonder what they scry. They did scry on top, right? I think they scried on top. They could have found a sweeper here, which I don't know if that would even solve the issue, even if you could cast it. Because I could like end step a 2/2, and that would just perpetually be a problem. Sweet. It's a GG a turn early. Just that toxic. Actually, it wasn't even a turn early. I just missed lethal with Bushwhack. I was stun locked by the Tidebinder. My opponent also played Mystic Remora and then never paid for it. It just died. I don't know what kind of matchup Mystic Remora is helping you in. It doesn't seem like the kind of card that would just suddenly let you win against Katara, or I suppose Yuriko to a lesser extent. Like, Katara seems like the big one, and I don't think a turn 1 Mystic Remora... Actually, you can't even play it turn 1, because then you have to continuously pay for it, and then you're not doing anything. So you can't even play it turn 1? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I am not feeling Mystic Remora. I think you just let that resolve as Katara, because they have to invest mana in it the whole game, or they're screwed, right? It just goes away. So I don't know. I don't know. Ah, no forests. Tragic. Alright, we have a 1-drop. We have a 1-drop against a deck that I think only plays artifacts. Might just name Elf with this, which is kind of weird. Maybe it's not that weird. Like I said, this is not a bear deck. I'm not trying to like make it that, so. What did they get rid of? They got rid of Esper Sentinel. Well, that's almost completely free against me. That's annoying. We have a 2-mana rock. Ideally, we don't have that. Of course we do. It's probably the worst thing to see there. Yeah, I guess we're just doing Elf. I can find it. There it is. Let's do this and... Oh, wait. Doesn't matter how I go about this. Let's do that. Yeah. Alright, we have a ton of mana. I can play this next turn. I'm not going to play this right now, especially if they go 4. Because blowing up the 4 is vastly superior. Nope. At this point, it doesn't even really make sense to blow any of them up. Oh! Or we could just win. Yep, we'll just win. It works. Winning is ideal. Opponent, you're supposed to give up. Opponent, no, please. You're supposed to give up. Rafellos taps for 0. Rafellos taps for 0. Actually, I think you can still tap it and it adds 1 because of Cub. Yeah, Cub just turns it back on because of course it does. Why wouldn't it? All right, let's play this. Oh, opponent. I guess it had to sink in. It just had to sink in slowly. There's nothing they could do. All right. Well, what's better than blowing up 1? Blowing up 3. Imagine this was one of the non-indestructible ones, too. I'm sure they play all of them. Well, Esper Sentinel surely wasn't going to do anything, so the gemstone was really good there, but not good enough, I say. Well, they had exactly what they needed, which was a mana rock on 2. It's kind of like the de facto thing to do with that deck. She had multiple. Okay, seeing mirror matches. This is not normal. Okay, I have a good turn 1. And I'm on the play this time. Oh my goodness. I guess Rafellos is better than this. I could always draw another forest. Oh, that's... Nope. Not gonna flare. Oh, another land-based player. Another land-based player. I am insanely far ahead, though, as is the green matchup tradition. So I'll just play the you must somehow deal with this right now or lose the game. See how they do that. Can't just play your commander. Ice Till. Alright, so it is the kind of the way I started playing this commander, but I wanted my commander to matter more, so I took these cards out and went more in the different direction. Because like you do this, and it's like why put this in the command zone? But this is certainly a better green strategy. Just doesn't care really about this as much. Or really at all. Okay, so I play my commander. I play land. I play this. Yeah, definitely this. And then like that. Here. And you have 1 turn to stop me or kill me. I honestly probably should not have attacked there, because if they play Crater Hoof or something, probably should not have swung. It's irrelevant. My opponent's going to die next turn anyways. I should not have attacked. That was a mistake. Okay, yep. I mean, I was on the play with the Utopia Sprawl. You could say that's really where the game kind of started and ended. It was just so much faster than my opponent. But they did kind of catch up to me. I have how much mana? 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 10? And they have 4, 5, 6. They have a fetch land, so they have 1, 2. This will definitely trigger, so 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. My opponent has more mana than I do. Wow. Okay. But as you can see, none of that cares about their commander, and it looks like the better thing to do, but it just means, you know, commander just doesn't matter. Okay, you know what we should do right now is stop playing. Because if I stop playing, I can end on a good note. Because I actually had a pretty good show of it at the end there. So I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Quit while you're ahead. Also, I think I did a pretty good job at figuring out what you're supposed to do when you're not doing what my opponent was just doing, which is play. I honestly, this is so different from where I started. I could have copied the deck and then just started changing. Maybe that's a good idea moving forward. Oh, that's probably a good idea. I should copy every deck I play, and then I can compare it from where it started to ended. That actually, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I know, and everyone calm down, all right? Sometimes a genius leaks through. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But yeah, this is radically different from where I started. I took out the fetch lands, took out everything that cared about landfall or land-based ramp, just like rampant growth. I took it out and just added a mana dork instead. That's just more bears for my commander if it shows up, and it's doing the same thing, right? It's a mana source of some kind. Sometimes mana dorks are just better than ramp spells like rampant growth because you have a board state, and that board state to some degree could matter. I mean, you're hosed by a sweeper, I guess, but having said that, this deck does not survive a board wipe. It just doesn't. There were like 2 games where my opponent, in my opinion, had like no business surviving on like turn 3 and just had the only card in the entire game that would save them. So there's like 2 games where they just had the perfect sweeper. It's like Toxic Deluge and I think a Doomscar right when you needed it, and the only turn you could have it. Like I could have beaten Split Up. Honestly, probably could have even beaten Bantu's Last Reckoning because it keeps their lands locked down, but just specifically lined up really bad. Having said that, I do not at all respect the protection spells like Heroic Intervention. You need them, and you need to leave up mana for them, and you also have to have them line up with the right sweeper, and they can't have like a counter spell behind the board wipe, which honestly most of the time they won't. And it can't specifically be Toxic Deluge, which is literally everywhere, because it doesn't save you from that. I just don't like sweeper protection. You should just ignore them and accept that you lose the game if you get hit by one. There's a lot of commanders that have that problem. If it even is considered a problem, it's just some decks do that, right? You're all in with your opening hand and you don't necessarily recover from losing your hand, which does mean the draw 2 here is a lot less relevant than I want it to be. But this is the kind of commander that just doesn't really recover from a sweeper. It just doesn't. You at least don't have to play bears, right? Like really questionable bears. You can just play whatever, and then you get your bears that way, which is really neat. This is kind of like a Carnage Tyrant that is, it feels updated. I liked Carnage Tyrant way back when I played Standard and Teferi matchups. Like, oh, I have the green splash for specifically Carnage Tyrant. When your opponent takes out, they board out all the board wipes. You just have a Carnage Tyrant that Teferi can't deal with. So this is kind of like a cool version of that, right? It just has, I guess, haste, which is nice. It can smack Teferi. I actually could have, there was a game where I could have specifically killed Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, with this, and it would have been pretty thematic there, but I just went face to try to kill them. And then they had the second board wipe, and I lost. Amazing. But apart from that, Yeah, so I don't think you're trying to play a slower game. You're just trying to vomit out mana dorks and then turn them into bears and then swing at your opponent with them. And I think that's really the best thing you should do and can do with this commander. Again, just like that last game we played, my opponent was the literally the most generically best way to play mono green. Just ramp spells, recur lands, Lotus Cobra, make treasure tokens, like just do green ramp things, and then your commander is a 6/6 for 5 trample. It's like a questionable Elder Gargaroth that will sometimes start to draw cards and sometimes turn those mana dorks into beaters, as opposed to you're totally all in on your commander, which is what I want it to be, to make it, somewhat compelling to play apart from just a generic ramp-based commander like Titania or something. And beat my opponent to death with bears. And I did start to do that in the second half, but the first half, the way the deck was put together, it was not ever happening. It was not happening. I was having insane openers a couple times and still just lost as if I really didn't do anything. I'm not going to talk about play versus draw. I've done that enough. Aired on about that enough. Now, with that being said, I don't think this should have been in here. I just wanted it to be in here, but I, again, didn't have any way to really trigger landfall. I took out the fetch lands because I took out all the landfall things. You could say the fetch lands are free anyways, but I don't know. Like, the less lands you play, I had enough lands to play fetch lands, honestly, still. But the less you have in your deck, that means the more like you are to just draw another land. It's very minuscule percentage change, but that is something to kind of consider. And I took out Molt Tender. I just really wanted to not fixate at all on having lands do anything. I just wanted it to really be about this. But certainly, I would say, unfortunately, if this isn't the best way to play this commander, then the best way is just generic mono green ramp stuff that doesn't care at all about this, and then, play a different commander. But if you really want this commander to matter, your deck is probably going to look something like this. And if you're okay with losing to a board wipe, I mean, there you go. But that's it. It's extremely vulnerable to a lot of things. It doesn't protect itself. It doesn't have an ETB. It would be nice if this at least had the same exact text on it, except it also triggered on when it enters, so you could at least kind of do something. I mean, even still, when it entered, it could still just die before the trigger resolves, and then actually ETB wouldn't even let you draw 2 if it were to die there. So that wouldn't work either. So yeah, actually that wouldn't really change anything. Just the state of Magic the Gathering as a whole, I think it's okay to have cards do one extra little thing, right? This is, in my opinion, perfectly fine to have just given it when it enters on top of everything else. When it enters, it triggers, and at the beginning of combat, it triggers. That means it triggers twice in the turn you cast it. That should be kind of fine. I don't think that doesn't make it any better, really. I mean, it makes it better, but it doesn't make it better against the vast majority of things you play against. I think that would have been fine. I don't think that would have been pushed. You have commanders in mono green that just totally laugh in the face of this. Even as a mono green beatdown commander, it isn't really in the top 5 as quote unquote a beatdown, play a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, send them sideways type thing. I don't even think this is in the top 10 of those. So I think it's okay to make him a little bit pushed. Now, having said that, I think a lot of the commanders in this set are a little bit lackluster. I don't want to just go on a huge spiel about them right now, but having just went through a few the past couple days. I haven't made any videos or anything, but there's a lot of these that, I don't know, this one did feel good. It still kind of feels like I'd have to play this again to get more comfortable with a better deck list with it. But I actually did play this, was it yesterday or something, off stream, and I did mess around with the list a bit to make it feel better, and I think I did help it out. But a lot of these commanders, I don't know. I'm not super excited about a lot of them. This is one that I've heard a few times, not only today but a couple days ago, and it seems like you just play Cloud. Just play Cloud. You can just find the equipment that's good in the matchup. You don't have to just do that SRAM thing. You just play Cloud and just find the good equipment for the matchup. Oh, it's a red opponent? Let me find the red sword. That you don't have to just like do whatever this is doing. It's the same with like Stoneforge Mystic. Just play Stoneforge Mystic. This doesn't, like, you're not playing this, right? It's not gonna. I'm not seeing it. I do like this though. I might actually try this one. That one might actually do something. But anyways, back to this thing, so I don't get caught up totally talking about something that may or may not matter. This could have just been something else. By the time you have this going and you're targeting other creatures and you're doing that thing, I don't think you then need an 8 mana spell that sometimes maybe hits Craterhoof, and also, I mean, it doesn't really matter what it hits. If it hits Craterhoof, you win that turn, I guess, but if it doesn't, you're just going to win the next turn unless your opponent does something about it. Doesn't really matter what this finds, it's just going to be too much. So it is kind of like I win the game when I cast it, when something's in play that cares about it, of a high enough number, and that almost always wants to be your commander, and I think it is here. So, but just because that you've hit the number doesn't mean this is worth it, and I don't think this is. This should probably just be another Mana Dork. I really think that. And you could almost say the same thing with this, where you play it after your commander shows up most of the time. So you've already played like the Mana Dorks, and now you've played your commander, and then you play this, and that only kind of really matters if the game is going on still, right? Like you draw, you're triggering Bjorn to draw, and you're using this to draw off the creatures you find, and you're hitting your opponent with ideally a lot of damage, given how this, the text on this reads, and buffing your other creatures and giving them trample. So I don't think this matters. Like, by the time this is doing something, you kind of want to have been winning the game by a lot, right? The only way this is really doing anything is if you're winning, because you have a board state. And if you lose your board state, this is not going to let you realistically build another one and then kill your opponent. At least I don't think so. I think this is not. I don't think this is the kind of deck that wants to try to do the thing a second time in a game. I think if it didn't work the first time, this is not the kind of card that's going to let you recover. So it probably shouldn't be in here. I don't think so. Craterhoof is still fine, right? There's plenty of scenarios where you just play this in a gummed up board state and you just win suddenly because you just played this. You could force your opponent to deal with it when you have a lethal turn without it. So if you go to swing for lethal and they have an answer, but now you cast Craterhoof, they have to answer that too. That could be too much, right? So like a second, you bring in the left fist after you've swung with the right, and they can't block both of them. So there's kind of like a 1-2 punch there. But apart from that, again, this isn't really the kind of deck that wants, that wants this. I didn't even have Defense of the Heart in here. Probably could. Defense of the Heart is still just like really good, even without some dumb Eldrazi or something. I mean, Craterhoof just on its own is maybe just good enough with defense, maybe? I don't know. If it's too early, you might not even want to hit Craterhoof. But defense could reasonably be in here, I guess. It came in and out, and I think it's at least better than Great Henge and whatever that other verdant thing is I took out. Yeah, this shouldn't be in here, unfortunately. I really just shouldn't be in here. Kind of tragic. Radagast 2. I like the idea of what this is doing. I kind of want to play this as a commander to really see what it can do. But as a card in here, it didn't really feel that exciting. Like, you play it and then you maybe end step things. You play a normal game and then one of the cards you wanted to play, you just wait for your opponent's turn. It's kind of weird. I just haven't really I wasn't hyper fixated on whatever it could be doing, but I don't know. It's like a goofy mana dork, kind of, but it costs 4, and it is this better than Emerald Medallion? I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if Emerald Medallion wants to be in here, because that could just be another mana dork itself. You don't necessarily need the medallion to. The medallion is only exceptional, all the medallions, when you have kind of 2 things to do at the same time. Otherwise, it's just a mana rock, right? It just adds 1 mana to your turn to cast a spell. But if you do 2 things in a turn, then it starts to outweigh a normal mana rock or a normal mana dork. And I think, again, this deck probably leans more into just play a mana dork, right? It's close enough, it's good enough to a medallion, and your commander demands you have some kind of presence to create bears. So, really cool commander. This is one of those kinds of commanders I might consider playing on paper, where you have time to do something that isn't just quickly beat someone to death. I think there's something cool here with that card draw every turn, and you're making bears and doing something funny. But here you don't have room to do that, right? There's no breathing room. All right, I think I've rambled enough. I'll probably just add 2 mana dorks because I think that's the best way to play it if you care about the text box. Otherwise, just play mono green ramp. Whatever your deck looks like when you play Azusa, just do that, I guess, if you want to. I just didn't want to, but yeah. So let me know what you thought about it. If you have ideas for other commanders in this set that you think are, pretty decent, let me know. I'm still looking at them myself. I get ideas from my chat as well. But for the most part, I haven't been super sold on the vast majority of the commanders in this new set. Haven't been rushing to play them. Haven't been that crazy, but, I'm chipping through. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Tribal Gandalf? Hold on, let me add cards. You're fine. Oh, wait. Oh, it has to be a 1/1 counter? Wait, does it? It has to be a 1/1 counter. Man. Oh, if they just cared about generic counters, those would be so much better. We could just play these, actually. These might just be better because they have Death Touch. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen this card in my life. Wow, attached for both. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that more than what did I just add? Incubation. The breeder elf. Elf breeder. Okay, what are we rambling on about here? Gandalf? Which Gandalf? Probably not that one. I could type in Gandalf, but that requires my other hand, and that's more effort than I have in me. Oh, this one. Beginning of combat. You may cast an instant or sorcery with X or less from your hand. Okay. So if you need 4 wizards? Oh boy. You can't cast counter spells. So you need a lot of wizards. You don't get free counters, but you probably want to run some kind of counter spells. You are a wizards deck. So wizards, counter spells. What are the spells you cast for free, though? With 3 wizards, you get 6s, and 4 wizards, you get 8s. Those seem like the big deal windows. You can play free 2-mana spells like EI and Flow State, cantrips. It seems really, really slow. What are the spells though? Notably, what are the 6s and the 8s? I guess also the 7s. Like, you have 4 wizards. What do we do? Well, we're not casting a board wipe. That's for sure. Approach the second sun. We can wheel and then maybe do something. It has to be a spell? This thing? Maybe not. Most likely, probably a sorcery. Discover's a good one. Like, there's one. If you're doing the thing, that implies that this works. If not, then, well, you're not doing the thing anyways, right? You can only do the thing if this would work. You can't really sweep the board. I guess you could play a River's Rebuke for free. This is okay as a free spell. You get a you draw a card and get another wizard. Commandeer. Commandeer lets you cast these 6-mana spells. Oh, Seagate. Look at that. Expropriate is 4 wizards. That's nice. These are always discounted probably anyways, but okay. This thing? No, this is more than 4. It's actually, was that 5? No, this is 6 wizards. Okay, that's probably just not happening. What does this do? Oh, enter the infinite. I forgot this is an arena. Oh, we don't have the other art? Okay. Oh, maybe we, I don't know. Capstone? It's not really that exciting with counter spells. Still something to do. It's weird. I feel like once you get 8 wizards or 6 wizards or something, you just cast these cards for free. I mean, you cast them out of your hand normally. No X spells. Magma Opus. Okay. I can't say I like the free spell arsenal we have here at 6 and up. Oh. Okay. Might as well. Wait, what does this do? For each dragon in your library. Huh. So changelings and stuff? I guess there really isn't a dragon strategy. Ureni doesn't want you to put the dragon to your hand, and neither does Tiamat. So maybe they just, like, the dragon commanders actually don't want this. It's kind of funny. Turn all creatures that are on his hands. Each player may shuffle their hand. You don't want to do that. You just lose all your wizards for no reason. Unsummon 3 stuff. You could play Baral's Expertise. That's only 3 wizards. And get like another spell. Okay, it's probably rather difficult to get this to do something, and then when you start doing something, I don't think I like any of the spells really that you can play. Honestly, for the most part, they really should be sorceries. It's like where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck there. Cosmic Epiphany? Part the Spaghetti Veil? Forgot this one was in here. I feel like I never see this. Why do I never see this card played? They banned the 5-mana ones, but like this exists still. Oh, it exiles itself. I guess that's fair. Still though, like, it's just 1 more mana than the ones that got banned. Like, never see that. I take it you can't play both sides of these, so... Yeah, no, you can't play both sides. Create 2 4/4s. Maybe not the best thing to do. Draw 3, discard 2. Add a ton of mana. Oh, okay. Good evening to you too. We're done playing. I'm just looking at another commander. Affinity for towns. Oh, we can play Overflowing Insight. Huge. I remember, what was that one game where my opponent had like, it was a top deck game, and then suddenly they drew this, cast it, and then won. It's like, what? You're A, playing this, you B, top decked it when both of us had no cards, and then just won with it. Like, come on. Come on. And then I tried to play it for like 5 hours, and it never did anything. It never did anything. Like, okay. Some people just have it, man. Some people just have it. You know, they got that, like, they got it. Some people just have it. They're born with it. I just wasn't. Okay, yeah, I can't say. Also, there's no way we could play this many. So, no way. I mean, you could, and then just play a bunch of mana rocks so you could cast them even if the wizard thing doesn't work, which inevitably it probably won't. Maybe you could get away with this in ranked just to exploit like the other cards, like Chrome Mox can turn one of these cards into an actual mana source and matter in a game. Ancient Tomb can let you cast them faster. Maybe you just have to play in ranked and hope you don't see Eureka all day, because the ranked cards are just so useful to you. Oh, you have to play wizards too. Oh, I forgot about that part. You have to play wizards. Oh boy. I don't know, can you? How many good wizards are there? There's actually a fair amount, I guess. They really have to kind of, in my opinion, do something. Oh yeah, Drenith Magistrate. Alright, there's no way this isn't competitive. It just has to be. There's no way. You're just going to have to suffer. Where's competitive? There it is. Drenith is a wizard. Aven Mind Sensor. Delver will flip. Surely. This thing. Mist Collar. This color's a bit out there, actually. That's fine. Baral is fine. Oh, Augur of Bolas. Okay. Mentor, yep, Mentor. What does this do? Flying or attack? Wait. Okay, the Stormcrows aren't wizards, but this has flash, and you can just simply flash it in as a wizard. So that's kind of fine. This the fact that it has flash means you can do it when it's ideal. So those kind of have tech. Like you cast this, your commander's in play, and this counts as 2 mana for your giant spells. I think flash is very useful, actually. Omen Speaker's scrying too? What do you do? Double triggered abilities, but only ETBs. Eh. Seagate is weird. Thoracle. It is another scry too. Sometimes more than that. Might be fine. Aether Channeler. Mana rocks are probably a thing here, so Emery. Mana rocks are maybe a thing. Oh, this is a wizard. Look at that. Oracle. Sidebinder. Wizard's Retort. Can't do it. Can't not do it. Oh, we can pick up a spell and do it again. It's always nice. Funny thing. Oh, there's also Venser. Yeah, Lava Venser. Dreadhorde. Assuming we have 1 minute cards to cast, which we currently really don't. Ral. There's no significant downside to Ral. It only counts legendary wizards. What? I mean, that's that then. That's just that. There's no way this is. Oh my god. Oh my. I mean, that's wraps. There's no way. Well, there's literally no way. Is this a wizard? Please? No. Oh, I don't doubt that there's a handful of them. Yeah, I'm sure there's enough to put in the deck, but that. Oh my god. Ugh. They barely like each other. Like, they don't even really play well with each other. Like, what is this doing? Like, you put this in your deck, what is it doing? Oh, there's so much text on this. Well, whatever. Okay, it's just a 2/2 ward 2. It's got flash. You may cast sorceries as they have flash. Okay, it has flash. Flash is still useful. Arcanus. Yeah, yes, Arcanus. Just what we need. Okay, yeah, this isn't a thing anymore. Legendary wizards, dude, really? Why? It's bad enough with normal wizards. It's already hard with normal wizards. Why do we need this like legendary clause on it? Ah. Wait, put this on top of your library. What? We don't even have green. We can't even play like. Like this. Oh. Yeah, I'm not. I can't believe it says legendary. That's crazy. Oh, this isn't even like. I haven't even made space for like counter spells or removal spells. All right, you're on your own with this. I don't see this as happening. There's plenty of legendary wizards, but they don't play super well with each other, and they also don't really enjoy the expensive spells. I have too many in here. I can't play this many, but like you play this, and then like even VV, you want smaller, cheaper spells while you build up to the giant dumb ones. Because you need these to like care about spells you're casting, and once you start casting these, then they don't care what you're doing. I think it still has to be ranked though, because you really want Ancient Tomb, you really want Chrome Mox. Ideally, you want stuff like Force of Will and all that jazz. And then like cantrips and Swords to Plowshares and Lightning Bolt and Ponder stuff. Mana drain. Yeah, oh man. Legendary wizards. Oh. It seems like it's so difficult to do it with normal wizards. The fact that they have to be like, excuse me, legendaries. The thing is, yeah, just a lot of these don't play well with each other. They're all just going to like trigger off of random things you may or may not do. And they're effectively just goofy mana rocks to cast expensive spells, but they only turn into mana rocks when you cast Gandalf. And then they only really do anything is if you have a giant spell to cast in your hand. And again, there's probably way too many of them in this deck right now. It'd be like half as much if I had built this for real. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, I think this just needed to be normal wizards, and I still think you're asking for too much for just normal wizards, but it would at least be something. You're getting somewhere. There's like enough wizards that care about each other and they synergize with the cheaper spells you cast than just like a random assortment of crazy stuff in here. Yeah, all right, well, good luck with that. I'm out of here. GG. Good luck. Oops, I clicked the recording.